Good evening, everyone. T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XLM and Future Digibyte OG. So I want to do a quick update on XRP, XLM, and DGB after the daily close. So XRP closed at about 109.1 on the daily, or 109.3 actually on the daily close. XLM was right about 37 cents, and DGB closed just over 4.8. So that's where we're standing right now. Bitcoin was at about 64,280. And we're looking at Bitcoin. We haven't, we're not really pulling down. We're not really moving up. We're just kind of trading for the last few hours. We've got a W up there. Now this went up, down, sideways. Now, traditionally, when you get up there and you run out of steam up here, these would tend to pull down, but I'm not putting it past anybody because we're so very close to all-time. And that's where we have to get to all-time highs. We're that close. So that's what we're looking at with Bitcoin. But looking at the rest of these altcoins like XRP, we're stuck. We're literally stuck right now. And we're getting to a point, like I drew out earlier, the apex zone. So I don't know what the fuck this is. Hold on. But we drew out the apex zone where we thought we could come up into. And that, we're basically in there. So now, if you pull this out, you can see we're trading in here now. So now it becomes, we're going to make a decision here, guys. We've been going too long. We've had 3 touches down at $1.06 in the daily. Or 2 touches at $1.06. And then we've had 1 at $1.01. I mean, sometimes this just is a continuation back down to $1.01. And we need to break out of this. You guys need to understand, we need to break out of this. We have an accumulation zone at $1.01 where all the buyers are stacked up. Otherwise, we're just going to go right back there. So, and it looks like we could have had a fake touchdown if this holds, because now you can start to see a W forming. And you can see it in smaller time frames. But if this is the case, we need to break over that downtrending resistance that's just being touched from right there. Otherwise, this gets dicey. And if you look at it from a farther out time frame, we're going to have to look at it bigger than this. But you can see we're at, and I've got a lot of stuff on there now because we got a lot of support resistance zones in this area that are very, very relevant. But this is what's going on here. We've had a whole bunch of touches at support and resistance, but we just, for whatever reason in this area, have not been able to get back to the resistance. And we're starting to drag on now. And we're starting to take this downward trajectory. And it, there's a bunch of things that can happen. But like I said, I started to lean towards the fact that this is starting to look awfully appealing. A big W down there. After this huge Bitcoin run, when Bitcoin maybe dumps a little bit. I mean, it looks like that to me, and that's why I drew it out that way. But, that's a long shot. I acknowledge that. But with what's going on, we're going to need to get volume from somewhere. It's just that simple, guys. I mean, we're going to have to get some kind of support, too. I mean, we're not breaking these levels. And for that matter, that's one of the scenarios I come up with. The one that I'm actually showing you more. The longer this drags on, I think that becomes more of something that can happen. I mean, look how that W would look, how it forms. I mean, it would just be so perfect. So, let's see how this plays out, because there's a reason XRP's not moving. We're going to get a big burst somewhere. We just got to make sure we see it. So, that's XRP. At the current moment, before we leave, XRP's at, let's see, we're starting to get a little pull up. Go XRP. Almost to $1.10. This is what we were talking about earlier. I thought it was going to hit $1.10. So at least now we finally hit that part. Now we can see if we can break out of this apex, or are we just starting to do this? Now we've run out of room. Now we're going to get a fake up and then, or what? We got to figure it out. Are we going to get some trading and then a nice pop? Or we go near like a limp penis, like XRP tends to do. I don't know. That's what we're going to be watching for. All we can do is give up to the minute technical analysis and see what happens. XLM we've talked about, but XLM's getting awfully juicy because XLM has come down, you know, almost to the double bottom. But if you're looking for the ideal buy spot, you're looking at that 35.1. Not saying that that's going to happen because we had a nice run up, but you know, coming down here at this 36.2 area, like, actually it might hit the chart right around this 36.4 might be the perfect spot. Because if this were to play out sideways and come down to the support area, it'd come down right there at about 36 cents. So maybe we do get something like this where we just trade and end up there and have to get one more hit on this uptrending. Because the only other scenario besides that with XLM is that you can get a pop-up, you know, and start to break up levels. Or this just goes, nah, and then you start to trade on the bottom side of this, and then it eventually just comes and caves in. So that's what we're watching with XLM. This could very well, though, have formed a bottom. So I want to see how it reacts to this right here and see if we can pull up. So let's be vigilant. Let's pay attention. Obviously, let's pay attention to Bitcoin, because there is something in me telling me Bitcoin could have a 2,000 or 3,000 point retracement real quick and gather some more support if it wants to try to make a real run for all-time highs and push over it. Like, we could come back down here and retest 62,816 possibly, or we can just retest this line right here, which is about 64,217, which we just, or not 64,217, what the hell am I talking about? Right here. 63,542. Which is not that far down, but it could allow the opportunity for some of our coins to retrace a slightly bit more. But XRP right now at $1.10, so let's watch this. You know, pay attention to that. And then with DGB, because it's into that corner now. XRP I'll show you right before I leave, but it's boxed into the corner. DGB as well has had a massive pull down. And that ascending bottom, if you would have put it like this, to where the wicks pulled back, would have a little more confluency here, but we don't know. We don't know if this is done. I will tell you, though, with DGB, it needs to bounce, and it needs to bounce in a big way, and this is already forming the reversal bottom. You can see it. There's a lot more green within this red here, and it failed to pull up here, and now it's doing a smaller version of itself. And if it holds that uptrending line, or if you get a big wick down, I mean, honestly, that's what I would be. I would be looking for a bounce on this uptrend like it is right now. If it falls through it, you've got a 4 or 5 perfect buy-in opportunity. And you could even have a wick pull down to 4.2. But in patterns like this, there's no wrong answer because you've waited for it to come down to this part of the pattern. And look at all the trading here. There's so much trading. So much trading. And it's bouncing between this. So if you catch it on the uptrending and it actually rides off the uptrending with DGB, you're talking at a quick 20% back to the top of the trend. Assuming it gets back up there, because not every time has it come up there. So now, when you're looking at DGB, you have to start looking at the recent history and say, oh, fuck, we got to get past this. So there's our new triangle, inside-out triangle, that we're trading between that's getting smaller as we get up there. So now, your likely next move, if you break it down into those facts, from 4.8 would be about 9.18% to see if we could break it. And then if you can carry on your merry way. So with XRP, like I said, we worked into this spot in the pattern where we were talking about this little, what the fuck? I was going to say, what the hell is that mean? Into this little wedge area. And see, I told you right when I came on, it had to make a move. And look, it pulled right into there. And now it makes the ultimate decision. That's the apex area. That's why we had a nice little burst there. So I'm the best in the business for a reason. Even if I'm not telling you the exact numbers, I'm showing you the trend so you can make the most educated and informed decision for yourself. Because after all, I'm not a financial advisor. Should you take my advice? No motherfucking way you should. But what you should do is hit that like button. Turn that bell notification to all and subscribe if you're new or returning. Because it really, really does help me move through the analytics.